Thank you so much for joining for today's Bhagavatam class. And as I was talking in the morning that Krishna has been so merciful. So what happened? I was not scheduled for this class, and so initially Nityananda Prabhu was scheduled. So it happened somehow that Nityananda Prabhu he got busy with some other service, and he asked me that, okay, Prabhu, I'm not available. So I'm like, okay, Maharaj can do the class. So I asked Maharaj, and Maharaj yesterday morning, Maharaj is like, Monil, I won't be available for 2 days for Bhagavatam class. Okay. And then I scheduled myself. Now what happened is, I scheduled myself and forgot that I'm giving the class. So yesterday, 8:30 p.m., I somehow realized that, okay, who's giving Bhagavatam class? I was like, okay, I'm giving Bhagavatam class. Now that was, I decided that I'll sleep early because I had to wake up for the Mangalarti. I was given the service that you conduct the Mangalarti today. So, okay, 8:30 I have to sleep. Now, what to do? So it's like, I opened my laptop, I looked at the words, and I prepared something. So that something is this one page. So this is all we have. And please bear with me if I don't do justice to these words, but it's very beautiful. We'll definitely have, you can also give your input, we'll definitely have something to discuss. So, you know what, from now on, ladies can start sitting from maybe 1 to 3rd chair, so that we have some space for men to sit. Because I cannot really see, the speaker cannot really see this, it's like I have to turn like this. So it's nice if we can sit in this, right? Yes. We'll start with invocation prayers. Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 O my Lord, the all-pervading personality of Godhead, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam udirayet. Before reciting the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisance unto the personality of Godhead, Narayan, unto Nar Narayan Rishi, the supermost human beings, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and Srila Vyasadeva, the author. Nashta praeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naishtiki. By regular attendance in the classes on Bhagavatam and by rendering of service to the pure devotees, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed. Loving service unto the personality of Godhead, who is praised with transcendental songs, is established as an irrevocable fact. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. I was born in the darkest of ignorance, and my spiritual master opened my eyes with the torchlight of knowledge. I offer my respectful obeisances unto him. So we are reading from Canto 9, Chapter 5. Yes. Durvasa Muni's life spared. So, would anyone like to give some context for newcomers, like what's happening in this canto? Anyone? Good at storytelling. Amla Harinam Prabhu.
So basically, it's the story of Amrish Maharaj, who is a wonderful devotee of the Lord. And in this story, basically, Amrish Maharaj gets a curse by the Durvasa Muni.
Okay, let me.
Not curse.
So what happens is Amrish Maharaj, he's always engaged in service of the Lord. He's a king. He's king of the whole world, entire universe, and he's always engaged in service. So what happens is Durvasa Muni, he visits this king Amrish Maharaj, and Amrish Maharaj, they both were actually doing they were fasting. They were doing Ekadashi fast, right? And so when Durvasa Muni arrives, it was almost about Paran time. Paran time is when we break our fast. So what happens is Durvasa Muni, he's like, okay, I'll go and take my bath in the river, and then we'll break the fast together. Now the king agrees, but then Durvasa Muni was not able to come on time, and the time was running for breaking the fast. So the king consults the brahmanas that what is the best thing to do. Then the brahmanas are like, okay, you drink water, that ways you also break the fast and you don't eat anything, so you don't offend Durvasa Muni in a way. But then when Durvasa Muni arrives, he, by his mystic power, he knows that, oh, this thing happened, and this king actually broke the fast, and he actually broke our promise that we will break the fast together. So he gets offended, and he actually produces a demon. Like, he pulls some hair and produces a demon or demoness, I don't know. Yeah, very fearful, fierce demon, and that demon immediately rushes towards Amrish Maharaj. But what happens is Lord's Sudarshan Chakra comes in way and kills that demon. And the Sudarshan Chakra, it didn't stop after killing that demon. It started going after Durvasa Muni. And Durvasa Muni is running in the whole universe, going from places to places to ask for help. That someone please save me from this Sudarshan. It's actually burning me. And no one is able to save. First he goes to Lord Brahma. He's like, Brahma, please save me. And Brahma is like, I cannot do anything. This is out of my control. So then he goes to Lord Shiva. And Shiva is like, no. This, you've done the wrong thing. Please don't come to me. I cannot do anything. Better you go to Lord Vishnu, who is actually the master of this Sudarshan Chakra. So then he goes to Lord Vishnu and he asks that, now you save me. Okay, everyone is saying no, but you save me. And guess what Lord Vishnu says? I cannot do anything. Now this is little strange, like Vishnu, he's supposed to control the Sudarshan Chakra. But now Vishnu is saying that, no, I cannot do anything. So what's happening here? Then but Lord Vishnu, he says that Aham Bhakta Paradhino, that I am subordinate to my devotees, and he says that, okay, he gives a remedy that if you want to get rid of the Sudarshan Chakra, you go and you beg forgiveness from whom you did this aparad to whom you offended, that is Amrish Maharaj. So then now we'll see how and what Durvasa Muni does after that, and to get relieved from this Sudarshan Chakras. Sudarshan Chakra basically, yes. So we'll start reading from text 1.
What did I say wrong?
Say curse. He never cursed.
Okay.
Yes, that's a big thing. Yes. Sorry.
I accept. Sukdev Goswami said, when thus advised by Lord Vishnu, the Vasa Muni, who was very much harassed by the Sudarshan Chakra, immediately approached Maharaj Ambarish. Being very much aggrieved, the Muni fell down and collapsed at the king's lotus feet.
When Durvasa touched his lotus feet, Maharaj Ambrisha was very much ashamed. And when he saw Durvasa attempting to offer prayers because of mercy, he was aggrieved even more. Thus he immediately began offering prayers to the great weapon of the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Maharaja Ambrisha said, O Sudarshana Chakra, you are fire, you are the most powerful sun, and you are the moon, the master of all luminaries. You are water, earth, and sky. You are the air. You are the five sense objects, sound, touch, form, taste, and smell. And you are the senses also.
O most favorable of Achyuta, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, you have thousands of spokes. O Master of the material world, destroyer of all weapons, original version of the Personality of Godhead, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Kindly give shelter and be auspicious to this Brahmana.
O Sudarshana Veer, you are religion, you are truth, you are encouraging statements, you are sacrifice, and you are the enjoyer of the fruits of sacrifice. You are the maintainer of the entire universe, and you are the supreme transcendental prowess in the hands of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You are the original vision of the Lord, and therefore you are known as Sudarshana. Everything has been created by your activities, and therefore you are all-pervading.
O Sudarshana, you have a very auspicious heart, and therefore you are the upholder of all religion. You are just like an inauspicious comet for the irreligious demons. Indeed, you are the maintainer of the three worlds, you are full of transcendental effulgence. You are as quick as the mind, and you are able to work wonders. I can simply utter the word Nama, offering all obeisances unto you.
O Master of Speech, by our effulgence full of religious principles, the darkness of the world is dissipated, and the knowledge of learned persons or great souls is manifested. Indeed, no one can surpass our effulgence, for all things, manifested and unmanifested, gross and subtle, superior and inferior, are but various forms of you that are manifested by our effulgence.
O indefatigable one, when you are sent by the Supreme Personality of Godhead to enter among the soldiers of the Daityas and the Danavas, you stay on the battlefield and unendingly separate their arms, bellies, thighs, legs, and heads.
O Protector of the universe, you are engaged by the Supreme Personality of Godhead as his all-powerful weapon in killing the endless enemies. For the benefit of our entire dynasty, kindly favor this poor Brahmana. This will certainly be a favor for all of us.
If our family has given charity to the proper persons, if we have performed ritualistic ceremonies and sacrifices, if we have properly carried out our occupational duties, and if we have been guided by learned Brahman, I wish in exchange that this Brahman be freed from the burning caused by the Sudarshan Chakra.
And the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is one without a second, who is a reservoir of all transcendental qualities, and who is the life and soul of all living entities, is pleased with us. We wish that this Brahmana Durvasa Muni be freed from the pain of the burn.
So Dev Goswami continues, when the king offered prayers to the Sudarshan Chakra and Lord Vishnu, because of his prayers, the Sudarshan Chakra became peaceful and stopped burning the Brahma known as Durvasa Muni.
Durvasa Muni. Durvasa Muni, the greatly powerful mystic, was indeed satisfied when freed from the fire of Sudarshan Chakra. Thus he praised the qualities of Maharaj Ambrisha and offered him the highest benedictions.
Durvasa Muni said, My dear king, today I have experienced the greatness of devotees of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. For although I have committed an offense, you have prayed for my good fortune.
Jack.
For those who have achieved the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Master of the pure devotees, what is impossible to do? And what is impossible to give up?
What is impossible for the servants of the Lord? By the very hearing of his holy name, one is purified.
O King, overlooking my offenses, you have saved my life. Thus I am very much obliged to you because you are so merciful.
Expecting the return of the Lord Monil, the king had not taken his food. Therefore, when the siege returned, the king fell at his lotus feet, pleasing him in all respects and fed him sumptuously.
Thus the king respectfully received the Munia, who after eating varieties of palatable food was so satisfied that with great affection he requested the king to eat also, saying, "Please take your meal."
620. Durvasa Muni said, I am very pleased with you, my dear king. At first I thought of you as an ordinary human being and accepted your hospitality. But later I could understand by my own intelligence that you are the most exalted devotee of the Lord. Therefore, simply by seeing you, touching your feet and talking with you, I have been pleased and have become obliged to you.
All the blessed women in the heavenly planets will continuously chant about your spotless character at every moment. And the people of this world will also chant your glories continuously.
Yeah, we'll go with 20. Sorry, I would want to read from here. प्रीतोस्मि अनुगृतोस्मि तव तव भागवतस्य वै दर्शन स्पर्णलाभैर् आतिथ्येनात्ममेधसा प्रीतोस्मि अनुगृतोस्मि तव भागवतस्य वै दर्शनास्पर्णलानापेर् अतीत्येन आत्ममेधसा ओके अमला हरिनाम प्रभु
Pritosmi anugritosmi.
प्रीतोस्मि अनुगृतोस्मि
तव भागवतस्य वै
तव भागवतस्य वै
दर्शनास्पर्शनालापेन
आतिथ्येनात्ममेधसा
Pritosmi अनुगृहोस्मि
प्रीतोस्मि अनुगृतोस्मि तव भागवतस्य वै दर्शनास्पर्शनालापेर् आतिथ्येनात्ममेधसा
Pritosmi anugritosmi.
प्रीतोस्मि अनुगृतोस्मि तव भागवतस्य वै दर्शनास्पर्शनालापेर् आतिथ्येनात्ममेधसा Okay, word to word after me. Preeti. Preeta. Okay, Preeta. Very much satisfied. Asmi. I am. Anugritaha. Very much favored. Asmi. I am. Tava. Your. Bhagavatasya. Because of your being a pure devotee. Why? Indeed. Darshana. By seeing you. Sparshana. And by touching your feet. Alape. By talking with you. Atithyena. By your hospitality. Atmamedasa. By my own intelligence. Translation? Everyone together. Durvasa Muni said, I am very pleased with you, my dear king. At first I thought you as ordinary human being and accepted your hospitality.
But later I could understand by my own intelligence that you are the most powerful devotee of your Lord. Therefore, simply by seeing,
Touching your feet, talking with you, I have been pleased and have become obliged to you. Purport, who would like to read? Okay, because I stopped him in middle before.
It is said, Vaishnavera Kriya Mudra Vijneha na Bhujya. Even a very intelligent man cannot understand the activities of a pure Vaishnava. Therefore, although Durvasa Muni was a great mystic yogi, he first mistook Maharaj Ambarish for an ordinary human being and wanted to punish him. Such is the mistaken observation of a Vaishnava. When Durvasa Muni was persecuted by the Sudarshana Chakra, however, his intelligence developed. Therefore, the word Atmamidasa is used to indicate that by his personal experience he would understand how great a Vaishnava the king was. When Durvasa Muni was chased by Sudarshan Chakra, he wanted to take shelter of Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, and he was even able to go to the spiritual world, meet the personality of Godhead and talk to him face to face. Yet, he was unable to be rescued from the attack of Sudarshan Chakra. Thus, he could understand the influence of a Vaishnava by personal experience. Durvasa Muni was certainly a great yogi and a very learned Brahmana, but despite his being a real yogi, he was unable to understand the influence of a Vaishnava. Therefore, it is said, Vaishnavera Kriya Mudra Vijneha na Bhujya. Even the most learned person cannot understand the value of a Vaishnava. There is always a possibility for so-called Gyanis and Yogis to be mistaken when studying the character of a Vaishnava. A Vaishnava can be understood by how much he is favored by the Supreme Personality of Godhead in terms of his inconceivable activities.
Jai. So in today's class we are going to discuss about Vaishnava Prad. We are going to discuss how we can avoid Vaishnava Prad, and we are also going to discuss about the position of a Vaishnava. So, Vaishnava Prad. Who all are familiar with this term Vaishnava Prad?
Two hands up.
Okay, what in simple terms is a Vaishnava Prad?
I'm sorry, I'm interrupting. Can you please define what is Vaishnava?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
no, he's
Oh,
asking.
Vaishnava. Oh, define Vaishnava. Okay. Okay, Rohan Prabhu.
So, devotees of the Lord Vishnu are known as Vaishnavas.
Devotees of Lord Vishnu are called Vaishnavas. So, now what is Vaishnava Prad? Yes.
Offense to the lotus feet of Krishna.
Offense to the devotee of Lord Vishnu, that is Vaishnava, that is called Vaishnava Prad. Now, how do you know if you are committing a Vaishnava Prad?
If your enthusiasm is not increasing in devotional services,
Okay,
then
okay. But how do you know if the person is a Vaishnava or not?
He's chanting the holy name.
If he is chanting the holy name, okay. If he is not chanting the holy name, if he is reading Bhagavatam, is he not a Vaishnava?
Still engaging himself in the holy name.
Okay. Anything else? Actually, we as Vaishnavas, we should not differentiate. We should be careful against everyone. If someone is a Vaishnava, if someone is not a Vaishnava, because our dealings with everyone should be the same. It should not differ. Like if he's a non-devotee, I can commit an aparadh or I can do anything that I want to do. And this is a non-devotee, and this is a devotee. I'll be careful with him, because you never know who is a Vaishnava. And now, Durvasa Muni exactly he didn't know that how exalted Ambarish Maharaj was. Because a Vaishnava is very simple and you cannot recognize them. Like they will not show off basically. You can never say that how advanced, exalted are devotees. Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Sorry to interrupt. Hare Krishna. Sorry to interrupt. Yes, I apologize for not being around. I've just been patient and I'm all wired up. For,
Yes, ma'am.
blood pressure and heartbeat and all that. Nothing to worry about, just medical checkup. 1 hour, I take it all off. I'm me again. All right?
Yes.
All right, Hare Krishna.
Yes. So Maharaj, we are discussing about Vaishnava Prat and Durvasa Muni, Amrish Maharaj.
Yes,
Yes.
fantastic. Ambrish Maharaj,
Jai.
I was just speaking to him on the phone.
Oh.
Halifax.
Yes. So now I have another question. What happens when you throw a ball up in the air? It comes down. What happens when you throw it with full speed, like whatever strength you have? It still falls down, right? And it comes with a greater speed. That is a Vaishnava Prat. Now, if you commit any aparad or you do any harm to a Vaishnava, it will come to you. And with a greater force it will come. Because we can see like examples of Prahlad Maharaj. So Hiranyakashipu, he was doing a Vaishnava Prad, right? And what happened? It came to him with a greater force. Same with Durvasa Muni. What he did? He committed a Vaishnava Prad. And what happened? It came to him with a greater force. So, yes, and we should be very cautious of avoiding Vaishnava Prad because it can actually hamper our spiritual life. And it is actually compared to a mad elephant. Mad elephant, what do you call it? It is compared to a mad elephant, like committing a Vaishnava Prat is like a mad elephant offense. Like, you know, when there's a mad elephant, it can destroy anything. You know, it's like
Destroy your garden.
Destroy your garden, destroy your car, destroy your house, anything. So if you commit a Vaishnava Prat, then it can actually be very serious and it can hamper your spiritual life. So we should be very careful. And why this topic is very important for us specifically, because we live in the temple, we live in the ashram, and we deal with Vaishnavas every day from early in the morning 5:30 till we go to bed. So we have to be careful basically. And and it said that even intelligent person cannot understand the position of a Vaishnava. Now, Durvasa Muni, he was a great Brahmana. He was a mystic, right? He was very powerful Brahmana. He was very intelligent also. We can see that he can actually travel to different planets. He went to Shivaloka, Kailash. He went to Lord Brahma's abode. He actually went to Vaikuntha also. So he could travel everywhere. So you can just estimate his power, right? Still, he was not able to understand the position of a Vaishnava. So, likewise, we also might not be able to understand the position of a Vaishnava. So what we need to do is we need to be very careful and we need to conduct ourselves or develop our character in a way that we don't commit Vaishnava Prat. And there's a bhajan in which we read these 4 qualities that we need to develop. What are those 4 qualities? We read it on Sunday, every Sunday morning program. Humility, mercifulness, truthfulness, and
Renunciation?
No.
Cleanliness?
No. It's actually not giving anxiety to others. Yes. So all these are interrelated. Humility, mercifulness, not giving anxiety to others. And what's the fourth one? I forgot.
Humility, mercifulness,
Truthfulness.
Truthfulness, yes. So these all are interrelated, right? And if you develop these qualities, it's very less likely that you'll commit a Vaishnava Prad. So, and then now, if we look at this verse, this particular verse 20, and actually all the verses in series of these verses, we can see that how merciful Amrish Maharaj is. Now imagine someone tried to kill you. Why? Because you drank water. And still you prayed for saving him, and not only that, you fed him sumptuously, you greeted him nicely, and you did all that needs to be done. So this is a Vaishnava, and he never took any offense. When Durvasa Muni came to him and he prayed that, please forgive me, I've committed an offense against you, and he's like, what offense? I never took any offense. So Vaishnava will never take an offense against them. But who will take an offense? Lord will take that offense. So yeah, Vaishnavas are very merciful, and we as sadhakas, we should aspire to be very merciful. You know, if someone commits a mistake, we should be willing to forgive them, right? We should not hold any kind of grudges against them, right? That is a quality of a Vaishnava. And in Bhagavad Gita 9:30, if we can pull up that verse, it is said that even if a Vaishnava accidentally falls down, or it is actually said that if he does any abominable activities, still he should be considered as a saint. That's okay. Yes. Okay, that's okay. But it's said in that verse that even if a Vaishnava, a devotee, he does any abominable activities because of his conditional life, because of his conditioning, he should be considered a saint, right? So in the same way, if someone does something to you accidentally, you should still be merciful towards them. You should help them. It's very rarely that a Vaishnava will do something against you willingly. It's just because of their conditioning. And I've heard in the lecture that in this Krishna consciousness movement, we all are patients. We all are patients, so everyone is a patient, and they are curing their disease. You might be a patient of some level, you might be a patient of some, the disease can be severe or less, but still we are patient. So it's very likely that we will do something that is not very nice, that might be an offense to other Vaishnavas, but we should understand that we are all patients and we are all working towards it, right? So we are all trying to be our best, but because of our conditioning, because of our past karmas, it comes out sometimes. So yes, and in the same purport, Srila Prabhupada says that this is not a license for us to do abominable activities. For others, we should see that, okay, they might be, it might be happening because of their conditioning, but when it happens to us that we do something, we should not think like, oh, this is a license. In 9:30, it said that you can do anything and still you'll be considered a saint. For us, we should be a little strict. We should not try to repeat those activities. So it is said that the Lord gives and forgives, and we take and forget. Take and forget. So Vaishnava is also has a similar nature to the Lord, right? So they will always be willing to give, and they will always be willing to forgive. And we should be aspiring to do that, right? And I'm reading a book, it's called Disapproved but Not Disowned. So it's very beautiful. And in that book, I remember a story. It's a story of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu from Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela. There's a Brahmana named Kala Krishna. So this Brahmana, he accompanies Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he goes to his South Indian tour, right? South Indian tour. So he's the only one who is allowed to be accompanied by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu wanted to go alone, but then Nityananda Prabhu somehow he requested that you take someone, at least someone to carry your kamandalu, help you. So then Mahaprabhu agrees that okay, you come with me. Now what happens is, in middle of the tour, this Brahmana, he gets distracted by a prostitute, and he actually goes to see that prostitute, and Mahaprabhu gets to know. What Mahaprabhu does, he pulls that Brahmana with his shikha and brings him back. And what next? Mahaprabhu continues the tour with that Brahmana, and after coming back to Puri, he rejects that Brahmana. Rejects that Brahmana as in he's like, he declares to everyone, all the devotees, that this Brahmana, he did this when we were on the tour, and then he rejects him. But then what happens? The Vaishnavas, they don't reject him. Other Vaishnavas, they don't reject him, and he was actually feeling very ashamed, and he was repenting for whatever he did. So what other Vaishnavas they do? They again give him another service opportunity. They ask him to go and tell Mother Sachi that Mahaprabhu has arrived from this tour, right? Mahaprabhu has come back. So this is, you can see how merciful the Vaishnavas are. And the Lord also, he disapproved his behavior, but he did not disown him. If Mahaprabhu were to do that, he would have done that when he was on tour, but Mahaprabhu knew that if I leave him here, he will deviate and he will never come back, right? So what he did, he brought him back to Puri and then rejected him. So, and I was reading this, and I actually understood that, this Durvasa Muni, he's going from places to places, he's talking with people, but still the Sudarshan is not actually killing him, right? If the Sudarshan were to kill him, if it would have killed him in first place. You cannot match the speed of Sudarshan Chakra, right? So the Lord was not trying to kill Durvasa Muni. He was actually trying to teach him a lesson. And when he learned the lesson and he actually asked for forgiveness from Amrish Maharaj, Sudarshan spared him. So the Lord, in the same way, will not give any difficulty or any challenge or any punishment to you just to see you suffer. That is not Krishna's motive. He just wants to teach you some lesson. So when you get that lesson, that suffering will also go. And we were talking about developing these qualities, mercifulness, truthfulness, never giving anxiety to others. So sometimes Maharaj, I remember from Maharaj's lecture, Maharaj gave a very practical tip that you should actually offer obeisances to each other in the morning. And it's actually very nice, because when you offer obeisances, you realize that, oh, he's a Vaishnava. I'm supposed to treat him as a Vaishnava. I'm supposed to deal him with like a Vaishnava. So these are we should actually start following that. And when Sanatana Dharma Prabhu was here, he also gave some practical tips that when you offer obeisances early in the morning to everyone, what happens is you'll have a deeper connection with each other, and you will be less likely to commit any offenses against them, right? So we should try to practice this. And must be done, yes. Yes, it must be done. So yes, we'll put this in practice now. And what if you don't feel like offering obeisances or doing something like that? What do you do then? Do it anyways, right, Maharaj? Do it anyways. So fake it until you make it. So, but there are some disclaimers to it. Don't fake it to show someone that you've made it. There should be a genuine desire for you to make it, right? And then don't fake it without a genuine desire to make it. So these are two things that you need to consider, that don't fake it just to show someone, and don't fake it with a genuine desire to make it. So you should have a genuine desire that, right now I'm not feeling like paying obeisances to this devotee, but I genuinely wish I could have that feeling of humility. I could see them as my masters or prabhus as we address everyone, right? We address everyone as prabhus, but do we really feel like that when we speak that oh, he is actually my master, he is my prabhu? Not many times, right? So we should actually be very mindful, conscious, self-aware that, oh, I'm speaking prabhu, so actually he's my master, right? We should feel like that. So yes, that's all I had to say. We have 5 to 7 minutes for questions and answers. If anyone has any question, I'd be happy. Or any reflections, anything that you liked. Yes,
is there any difference between a Vaishnava and a Krishna devotee?
Yes, it's the same thing. Vaishnava is a Krishna devotee. Yes.
Vaishnava means a devotee of Vishnu.
Hmm.
That's literally is what it means.
Yes.
So Vishnu and Krishna, there's a slash in between. They don't see any difference between the two. Only that Krishna's a little more charming.
Yeah, I heard it somewhere that Vishnu is Krishna at office and Krishna is Krishna at home. Yes. Any other questions, any reflections? You can at least share, yes.
So, like what I have read is there are 6 types of offenses,
Mm-hmm.
and then that also includes like whenever you see any devotee, and if you're not being obeisances to them, or if you're not smiling or being happy after looking at them, that is also an offense. But talking about the practicality of the situation, thousands of devotees come and visit the temple. It's not like you'll be, first of all, your back will be gone if you pay obeisances to every single one of them. And then secondly, like it's not like something that, oh, everyone is coming and you, obviously we are happy that, oh, people are visiting the temple, but for every single guy who's visiting it might not be possible. So what would you suggest?
So, yes, Maharaj.
Be practical. We can't do that for everybody.
Yes.
It's got to be more from the heart. Otherwise, you'll just be permanently doing prostrations. Let us will not get up, just lie down and stay there. Or
Yes.
you do a whole bunch of push-ups.
Do 100 push-ups every day, and that will count counted as obeisances. Also, we can learn from Krishna. When Krishna was performing his pastimes, he was dealing differently with, if you see with Pandavas, he was offering obeisances to Maharaj Yudhishthir and Bhima because they were elderly to him, right? And then he was giving and loving embrace to Arjuna because he was of same age. And then to Nakul and Sahadev, he was giving blessings. So you can also see, like, if you see a senior devotee, like who's senior to you, then you offer obeisances. If you see of same level, you embrace them. And then if you see someone subordinate, still you don't give blessing, but you can, yeah, so you can deal accordingly. If you see someone very senior like Maharaj, you should definitely pay obeisances, right? So you can basically use your intelligence and act accordingly, yes. Yes, Maharaj.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, my experience is that with kids, let's say, 7 and under, you do high fives. That really works.
Yes. Yeah.
To get them interested in the culture.
Oh, yes.
Otherwise, they're intimidated, they can always relate to all the formalities. But if you get them on the basis of friendship through high-fiving.
Yes. Yes.
That can work.
Definitely, yes.
Or fist bumps.
Fist bumps.
One
Fist
of
bumps.
the two. Be very practical.
Fist bumps work for book distribution too. So you can try that out. High fives, fist bumps, yes. Any other question? Yes, Prabhu.
I like the point, like, even if a Vaishnava does some offense, they should be forgiven because considering like it's their conditioning. But it's also our conditioning, like it doesn't come easy to forgive someone. How do we do that practically?
So we can see like we all are made of mercy. Someone must be merciful on you that you are here on the level that you are and the things that you are doing. So we should see that if someone was doing that for me, there's a story of Prabhupada where some devotee went to Prabhupada and they were like, Prabhupada, I cannot tolerate this devotee, it's out of my bandwidth. And Prabhupada is like, you tolerate that devotee just as I'm tolerating you. So, someone must be tolerating us also, right? So, in the same way, we should think that, someone is tolerating me, so I should also tolerate them. Yes, because if you see someone where they are, they will be where they are. But if you see someone if you treat them as where you want them to be, they will be someday where you want them to be. So, yes, you should treat them accordingly. Any other questions? Yes, Prabhu.
So this thing, it's always confusing for me. So we are supposed to say everyone as Vaishnava, but at the same time, like there's a personal mood between devotees, right? And we have also heard from Sanatana Dharma Prabhu's class that we want to be friendly but not casual. So how do you differentiate, or how do you make a line that I'm being friendly over here, or it's my personal touch with this Vaishnava, or I'm being casual over here?
There's a very slight difference. If Maharaj can, I would say...
What was the other word?
Friendly.
Friendly and casual.
I don't think there's too much of a difference. You can be casual with your friends. Just maintain some respect, that's all. Don't get too loose,
Yes.
Don't get too frivolous.
Too frivolous, yes, that's a word.
Know the parameters, the limits.
Yes. Basically, don't disrespect them, right? There's a slight difference between being friendly and being disrespectful, not respecting their boundaries. So you should always respect them, but still you can be friendly. And you will know when someone is not liking something that you're doing. You will know from their behavior, from their actions, or when we are going a little over. You will know. And this thing usually happens in the name of humor or joking sometimes, when you're trying to make a joke, but then that person doesn't like it. So we should be little careful. But still, as your friends, you can still go to them, apologize, and then ask if you would prefer me joking like this or not. So yes, definitely, we can do that. Okay.